Welcome back to the Power Max Mini Challenge. We're into the closing stages of the second race of the weekend at Silverstone, and this is the fight for the Cooper Class honours between Nathan Harrison and Ricky Page. It has been an absolutely frenetic battle, and it's going to continue as they head into Luffield now to start their final lap of the race. So they have got 3.6 miles with which to sort themselves out. So meanwhile, we await the race winner, and winning the race overall, the F56 class, Ryan Rode takes it from Lawrence Davey and Charlie Butler Henderson. That's a first win in the Power Max Mini Challenge for Ryan Rode. I'm sure that he will be overjoyed with that. But we've still got this Cooper class fight to sort out. We've still got the JCW class to sort out as well. So it's Nathan Harrison who has the advantage over Ricky Page as they fight through Beckett for the final time, and then out of Chapel Curve onto the Hanger Straight. And this time around, it's Ricky Page who's in the tow behind Harrison, and therefore it's Harrison who will be trying to punch that hole into the air. Meanwhile, third place in the Cooper class is also very much up for debate, with Wakefield leading the way from Simon Walton. Walton comes out of the tow and looks to challenge as well to the outside of Wakefield, but Wakefield's got the inside line for Stowe Cornerstone. No way through for Simon Walton on that occasion. Meanwhile, the checker flag goes out, and it's Neil Newstead who wins the JCW class with second on the road to Urquhart Linstead, but he picks up a 5-second penalty for track limit, so it's Hamish Brandon who is second from Kevin O'Connor. Great fight amongst the JCW runners as well. But what about the Cooper class winners? Ricky Page moves inside Nathan Harrison as they arrive into Brooklands for the final time. And Page has got the inside line for Luffield. That might just be enough for Ricky. Can he get the line covered in time? Yes, he can. So he accelerates out of Luffield on towards Woodcote. And Ricky Page looks like he is going to make it 2 from 2 in the Cooper class here at Silverstone this weekend, as the checker flag goes out and Ricky Page wins it just from Nathan Harrison. But what about the rest of them? So look at the results then, with Ryan Rode winning the race overall for the F56 cars from Lawrence Davey, Charlie Butler Henderson with Harry Volkard in fourth. The JCW runners then, Neil Newstead victorious from Hamish Brandon and Kevin O'Connor for that costly 5-second penalty for Urquhart Linstead. And then in the Cooper class, it was Ricky Page from Nathan Harrison, with Mark Wakefield completing the Cooper class podium. So huge applause for Ryan Rode as he takes his place on the top step of the Silverstone podium. He looks absolutely overcome and overjoyed. With that, we have the draw for the reverse grid of the final race, and it's going to be the top 6 reversed.
Ryan, your first win, very emotional.
Yeah, no, it's my first win ever in my career, outright win, so that means a lot. But you know, Accelerate, honestly, it's a fantastic job by them. And you know, big thanks to my mother and father back home in South Africa. You know, it wouldn't be possible without them, and it's not easy moving over, leave your family to come and race. So that has finally come. It's a big weight off the shoulders. So you know, I just enjoy the next race. I have no expectations, so just take it as it comes.
Quite early on, I think lap 3 maybe, Hamish tried to a bit of a manoeuvre on me and sort of nudge and spin, but I kept it. The tyre actually started smoking right up, filled the car with smoke, and I thought, oh no, this is it, the race is going to be over, the tyre's going to go. And then by the time I come through here, the straight, it cleared itself, and that was it, I just nailed it. Then I thought, here we go, I'm really in the mood now, I've got to go for this win.
Ricky, you were really being pushed right at the end particularly, but you did it.
Yeah, I was really fortunate actually that I got a bit of a gap at the start, because I missed a gear coming out of the hairpin, out of the new infield, and that allowed Nathan to catch back up, and then I knew I was in trouble, because around here the minute he gets in that slipstream, it's yeah, big trouble. But fantastic racing again, and yeah, let's see what race 3 has to bring.
A name you may well be familiar with is Matt Neal, British Touring Cars champ, of course. Now, he can be seen here in the Mini Challenge paddock, not as a driver, but actually supporting his son Henry, who's driving in the Cooper class. I managed to catch up with both of them a little bit earlier.
We looked at all the different championships around the UK, and what was giving good racing was cost effective and Mini Challenge really ticked all the boxes, and it's great that it's got 3 stages now with Cooper, with John Cooper Works, and now with the Gen 3 class. So you can go in at a level where it's very cost effective, affordable to do. The cars are quite simple with a restricted modification, and then you can go all the way up to the Gen 3 in the top class. So it was a natural.
And do you sort of see this as maybe a way in for Henry? And I will come to you in a moment, Henry. But a way in for like maybe a touring car career? Is he going to follow in his dad's footsteps?
The first thing we want him to do is to enjoy it. That's what it's all about, and it's a great atmosphere in the paddock here. I mean, in an ideal world, that would be absolutely fantastic. It would be a dream for me to see that happen. But we've got a long way to go yet. He's learning all the circuits. It's new territory for him, and for us, we're running the car ourselves. We're learning the cars. I mean, these guys know how to run them really well, and there's some quick boys in the championship. So, but a lot of it is learning racecraft as well as how to drive and all the circuits and everything. And he's all right. He's getting on with it.
Yeah. Well, let's come to you then, Henry, and find out. I mean, is that where do you see yourself going? Because you're starting here with the Coopers.
Well, obviously the dream is to be like the old man, but I do need to just get my head around these, like he was saying, and get up on the podium at one point. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But hopefully get a good result this year. Had a bit of a rough start, as you know, but just get some more points and see what happens, really.
Dad, what tips have you got to pass on to your son then?
He doesn't want to listen to a word I say, but I just try and enjoy it. We try and have a talk around the circuits and everything. Well, I've jumped in the car a couple of times and he's quicker than me in it, so I'm not getting anywhere near it anymore. Enjoy the experience.
37 Minis are lining up for the third and final race of the weekend. Conditions remain dry, but it's a reverse of the top 6, which poses a fresh set of challenges in itself. It's over to Ben for that all-important grid.
Thanks, Michelle. Well, the reverse grid race always gives a very action-packed finish to any Power Max Mini Challenge race weekend, and the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, I'm sure, will be no exception. So it's Spence Ballock who lines up in pole. Alongside him is David Grady and Harry Volkard and Charlie Butler-Henderson on row 2. In the JCW cars, it's Keith Issat who takes pole from Alan Taylor, then Urkel Lindstedt and Kevin O'Connor. It's Max Lever at the front of the Cooper class, Simon Walton, then Max Bladen and Mark Wakefield rounding out the top 4 placings. The 5-second board is shown to the drivers. The revs rise, and away we go for the last time this weekend in the Power Max Mini Challenge at Silverstone. Who's got the jump from the line? It's a very good start from David Grady, who is going to take the advantage into Copse Corner. Also a super start as well from Charlie Butler-Henderson as the Cooper class cars surge away. It looks like it's going to be Simon Walton. It is Walton who leads from Max Lever through Copse Corner as they head on towards Beckett's the first time, where David Grady leads. A huge moment for Lawrence Davey, who flings the car sideways. I think that's going to be enough for him to overhaul Ben Spalog. Indeed it is. And then it's Butler-Henderson in 4th. Lee Patterson is in 6th. He'll be looking to make progress. And Rob Smith, a lot to do from lower down the order. Amongst the Cooper class runners already, Ricky Page trying to force his way to the front of that pack. So Grady leads into Stowe Corner. Lawrence Davey chasing him down as Lee Patterson trying to shake off the rest of the pack, including race 2 winner Ryan Road, as they head out of Stowe into the Vale. Grady on the brakes and just holds the advantage from Davey. Then that slight gap in the traffic already beginning to form, 2 or 3 car lengths as the leading duo break clear. Now for Lee Patterson, he will be anxious to close that gap down as quickly as he possibly can. In car with David, or in car rather with Lawrence Davey, looking at David Grady. That is Davy's target, and Davey a lot more committed through Abbey, the same at Farm, and that means he's almost able to draw alongside David Grady on the brakes into Villagers. Grady snatches the brake, runs wide, and Lawrence Davey almost gifted the lead. He forced that mistake from David Grady as the rest of them are all queuing up behind Hallock in 3rd place. Patterson looking to carve his way past Charlie Battle-Henderson. He might be able to do that. In fact, coming out of Village and heading down the Wellington Straight. Also looking to try and bring himself into that fight for podium contention is Harry Volkard. As Patterson flings the car sideways, so does Battle-Henderson. Patterson trying to the outside line at Luffield. Charlie Battle-Henderson's got the inside line. And crucially, that means Charlie Battle-Henderson has got the traction as well. He gets the power down nice and early on towards Woodcote. And where is Lee Patterson? We can't see him in picture at the moment as Battle-Henderson moves across to the curb. That suggests that Patterson has had no option but to drop into line behind him. Indeed, that's exactly what's happened. And then it's Harry Volkard who is next along for the slight gap back to Ryan Road and the rest of them. So the race being led by Lawrence Davey from David Grady, then Ben Spallel, then up into fourth now is Lee Patterson. He made a lot of ground on the brakes into Beckett. Patterson through into fourth. Ryan Road trying to challenge Charlie Butler-Henderson as well. What about the Cooper class? It's Ricky Page who is the Cooper class leader from Nathan Harrison, Max Bladen, and then Max Lever. Henry Neal looking to gain a couple of places as he challenged the inside at Copse Corner. Fifth in the class at the moment, but a little bit of a gap to try and close down to the class leaders. Ricky Page continues his emphatic form, easing away from Nathan Harrison. So we're in the early stages of the final race of the weekend here at Silverstone. Join us in a couple of moments' time to see who will take the checkered flag.